Hey guys, welcome back to Hobby Time. Now today's build we have something a little bit bigger today. We have the main part of the T60 torso and chest. So today's episode, let's get this built, stick with us guys and we'll get it done. So here we go crew, fresh off the printer. These Nico files are amazing. He's knocked it out of the park as always. Now here we go assembling the Under Armour. Now I've tried something different with this. I've actually used the soldering iron with some PLA filament to fill in the gaps, to actually essentially weld the parts together. Did the same on the bucket here, but I made a bit of a boo-boo. I actually welded it all together, and as you can see, that's what you would see when you look at me, so that required a bit of fixing. Now what we've got here, usual stuff. This is the lower groin and abdominal armour, smoothing those parts out on the edges where they were not right on the supports or the supports were missing. That soldering iron made things so much easier. Obviously, as you can see here, putting it all together, but the soldering iron is so strong and it's just so much more convenient than using what I normally do, which is fiberglass. So I'm definitely going to try another build with that soldering iron. So now we've got the fun part, Bondo. Now as everyone knows, I use two types. I use a Australian version, I guess you could say, of Bondo spot filler for the smaller cracks and obviously the smaller layer lines and things like that. Anything bigger, I will use the wood filler. The wood filler holds its shape a lot better, I find, than the Bondo, and it's a lot denser, so it's great for the bigger stuff. Like obviously on that chest piece there, on the Under Armour there was a big midline where I'd joined it, so it helped a lot. Now we've got everyone's favourite part, which is sanding. And when you're done sanding, usually what happens is you sand some more. Then when that sanding's done, you probably sand some more. Luckily this red stuff here, this Aussie Bondo, is really easy to work with. It does give some real fine dust off, so you can make sure you clean your part really well once you use this, otherwise it will get into the paint. Your paint won't cure, you'll have dramas, all sorts. Yeah, it can be a problem. And it does get in every nook and cranny, so be aware for that if you do use this sort of stuff. I'm not sure if the Bondo spot filler has the same problem, but I just use some IPA on a rag, give it a good clean before I go and paint it. Now what we're going to do here, very happy with how this turned out. Moving on to the pacer. So we've got the R46 and the R47 primer. These are my go-to things. Once I've done the essentially main cracks and gaps, hit it with the pacer and it just goes bang. It just saves so much time. Now here we are trying to fix this stupid bucket that I made a big mistake on. I could have reprinted it. Now I didn't really want to. I thought it would be a nice challenge, so a lot of sanding was required, a lot of filling was required, a lot of resoldering was required, but I think it turned out okay. Now what we've got here is our base coat for gloss black. As you guys know, I like gloss black when I use this metallic silver. I find that it gives a more distressed looking metal before I weather it. It actually gives it like it's worn, and obviously for the purpose of the T60, that's exactly what we want. The more worn the better. Even for the Under Armour I use it as well. It's just everything is going to get hit with this silver paint that I do use. I've just had to throw a quick shot in here of me trying to fix that stupid bucket. This almost took as much time as the rest of the armour to fix, but hey, live and learn. I won't make the same mistake again, I can assure you of that. Actually, knowing me, I'll probably make the same mistake again. But yeah, it turned out okay, so I was happy with that. Now, we've got some silver down here. It's time to do some rough assembly, some gluing, trying to work out where the parts are going to go. So we've got the bucket here, we've got some paint on the bucket, ready to go, ready to rock. Next up we've got the silver, obviously the metallic, get that on there, get that metallic sheen, and that just changes the appearance. So as you can see, that's the Under Armour there, just a quick test fitting of that. Now deciding on how I'm going to fit the Under Armour and the bucket. Now I'm waiting on some really strong magnets to turn up. They're coming from the States, so I've used some heavy duty Velcro for the interim, for the time being. That way I can remove the bucket if I need to. I can remove the inner hoses if I need to, and a few other bits and pieces. Temporary measure, but it works for now, so I'll stick with that, I think. Now we've got a picture here. This is what the first coat of paint looked like. Started to weather and everything like that. Now this was a bit of a tricky bit. I used a Cricut to get the stencil right. Now I stuffed it up and made too finer lines, so I had to put it in a piece at a time, but it turned out in the end, as always. Had a bit of a paint run, but it worked out okay, because obviously the logo was going to be super distressed anyway. So just getting some of this weathering. I love this rust effect and this black wash and everything like that. I really think that brings a part alive. I can honestly say I think the airbrushing is my favourite part. I'm not that great at it, but I really enjoy doing it, and hopefully I can improve my skills a little bit more as I go along, but it just transforms a piece. Being able to weather it like that, just with rust and a distressed look for the metal. Someone said to me today, the metal looks real, and that's the intention. But you can see here is the final product. Anyway guys, that was the torso and the lower front part of the armour. Next one we will be doing the back, as that is nearly printed. I received a new printer from Anycubic, the Kobra 2 Max. This thing is smashing out big prints, not having to slice things up nowhere near as much as what I need to. So big shout out to Anycubic for that, which has helped a lot with this build. But yeah, on the next one, let's get into this back, let's get into this butt armour, let's get all that painted and done. So stick with us on the next one. But as always, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this, like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you want to. But yeah, thanks for at least watching this one. And I will put a link down below for the last one, which was, I think it was the helmet. The last one was the helmet. Yeah, so watch that one, and then you can join us on the power armor build. But thanks again guys, and we'll catch you next time.